broke. I need some money. I need some money. You know what? I don't care. I'm wearing the same shirt. I don't care. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. First of all, this is a transfer disaster because we have Cuisance, who's apparently going, and then you have Dest, who we didn't sign, and we let Barcelona get back into the race. It is a transfer disaster. And now people are saying, George, we'll just get Max Aarons. Sure, we couldn't pay 25 million for Sergino Dest, but somehow we'll materialize and conjure up 30 plus million to be signing Max Aarons. The truth is, we'll probably end up with Odriozola by the end of the window. Welcome back to Bayern, Alvaro, treble winner. Welcome back. You know, it's just funny to me. Well, you know, it's just interesting today. It really is, because you look at the depth. The manager, Hansi Flick, clearly saying we need depth. We need to be resting players. I looked at it again yesterday, and Kimmich was dead. Kimmich was tired, man. And Joshua Kimmich is one of our most energetic players. And I looked at the moment. I think I was looking away while I was watching it. I watched the moment, and Kimmich was knackered, man. This guy was tired. He had to move back to right back. He had to, oh my goodness. Kimmich played by himself yesterday because Tolisso wasn't there. Kimmich was tired. Who the hell does that to Kimmich? Nah. Playing 120 minutes versus Sevilla. This is about last night. ABLN. Kimmich was tired. I can't believe they had Kimmich tired like that. They aren't robots. They need energy. They need a rest. They need to be on the bench. Even Lewandowski had to be on the bench. Kimmich was tired. So, my goodness, the Bayern board have to do it. They have to buy some players. A midfielder, Cuisance is going. That's so crazy. I mean, I would probably just not sell Cuisance at all. So apparently what happened was that Cuisance wasn't given game time guarantee by Hansi Flick, so he wants to move on. And I guess the board are allowing. First of all, I don't know. I don't understand it. So it's something that we need to figure out. Bayern need to stop being stingy. Yeah, it's just, I can't believe I saw Kimmich breathing heavy. That kind of made me sad. Because Kimmich is one of the most energy producing. This guy doesn't waste energy. He produces energy. He sets the tone. So if any of you watch basketball, the point guard sets the tone. When the point guard's on the field, on the court, he brings energy. Kimmich is like our point guard. He brings energy. When Kimmich's feeling it, everyone else is feeling it. That's why he's the captain. That's why he's going to captain us one day. Because when he has that energy, when he's bringing it, when he's running around shouting, getting into tackles, he sets the tone for the rest of his teammates. So yesterday, was it yesterday we played? I forgot, man. We lost. Yesterday, Kimmich was tired. So yes, we do need squad depth. We need to rest certain players. And I'm talking squad depth like we need players close to Thiago's level. That's what we need to start bringing in. We need some very good players. And I'm not talking about Mario Gotze. I'm talking about quality play. I just realized it. We are playing 3 days. Every 3 days we have a game now. It is not abnormal. Every single 3 days we'll have a game now. I don't want to hear anything about Julian Draxler. Every 3 days we'll have a game. Thomas Müller. Müller was tired. And Hansi Flick did say Müller and Kimmich were the best player on the pitch. And that's crazy. Thomas Müller never stops going. And I feel like if Kimmich's gonna get tired, then at some point Muller's gonna get tired. And it's been a crazy 24 hours because you get a loss, and then the next day you're hearing about a player potentially moving out. You're hearing Cuisance is leaving. You're hearing all these things, and I think Cuisance will leave, by the way, because of just the news that's going around. Fabrizio Romano, when he tweets about a player, I always say it, even though I don't like it. It's usually happening. So Flick also said we didn't create enough, and I get it. Creativity is very much aligned with the level of energy in your system. We didn't have that much energy yesterday, and I can blame the defense. And yes, the defense was at fault. We didn't play that well yesterday, but that was, I can definitely say, you know what? Of course, Alaba's coming back from an injury. I get it. And then the contract issues. Speaking of Alaba, nothing's been resolved yet, but we should be waiting soon and see if he signs a new contract. If he doesn't, sell him off. We have 7 days left in the transfer window. In January, he won't be cheaper, or actually he will be cheaper, rather. So we'll see. Right now, we do need depth, and players are tired. Kimmich, You got Kimmich breathing heavy. I've never seen Kimmich breathe like that in my life. The guy produces energy. He doesn't lose energy. And he's out here breathing heavy because the game was tough against Sevilla. And that's how every game's going to be from now on. Teams are going to play their lives out against us. Teams are going to work hard against us because they know we're the champions of Europe. If you beat Bayern, you get this nice little, just this instant boost, instant gratification boost. Teams are going to work so hard to beat us. And you need to have rest in your team. You need to go to games and play your second team because that's what the season's about now. We're playing Dortmund in approximately 2 days. Just after we got beaten, you don't have any time to think about what you did. You just have one practice one training session, one recovery, and then you're back to playing again. It's crazy. It's huge. Coronavirus really ruined the physical conditioning in our team, man, because we're a team that plays off of energy right now. And when you're playing every 2 days, you don't have that. And our pressing starts from the front. We play a high line, right? That's one thing people are forgetting. We play a very high... We have the smallest squad in the Bundesliga, by the way. It's a fact. We have 25 players, and then it's 26. Leipzig have better depth than us. Dortmund have better depth than us. Bayer Leverkusen, now, they might not be better than our players, but they have better depth than us. And this season is about squad depth. This season is going to be about who can keep their players fit. But not only that, what if someone gets the Sirona? What if someone gets the nice little COVID-19, this little juju virus? What if someone does get it? What if Lewandowski tests positive? Now Zirkzee's your starter for at least 3 games or 4 games, considering if he's out for 2 weeks, Lewandowski, that means Zirkzee's now your main striker. What if Sané gets it? We're forgetting we are in the pandemic, that if a player of ours gets it, they have to self-isolate, they have to be away from their teammates, they lose form if they have any. So yes, there is a virus going out there, and one of our players could get it, which is why you need a bigger squad. This is why this season is so much about the squad. We keep forgetting that. We think all our players are just going to be fine. Coman came into contact with someone that had it. He had to isolate, even though he didn't have the virus. He had to isolate. So Kingsley Coman, gone 2 weeks, right? Missed the Super Cup final, missed the Schalke game. And that's just a start, isn't it? That's just a start. Another player could pick up or be in contact with someone that had the virus. You'd never know these things, man. So we need better depth. We can't be messing about. We're going to have games like this. Champions League is coming up. 3 days. You don't get a rest. You don't get 4 days. You don't get 7 days. You won't get a winter break. You'll get 10 days. And then you reset, and then you're back to playing every other 3 days. So we need to make sure we're better. I mean, Tolisso. Look, we can blame players and say, oh, no energy, or you were crap. But Tolisso was just flat out crap. Kimmich had to play by himself in the middle of the park yesterday. So I think it's disappointing because you have 7 days left in the window. And you have about 4 players you need to buy now because Cuisance is leaving. Everyone always told me, George, Cuisance is the Thiago replacement. He's going to replace Thiago. And I was believing it because we weren't going to buy a Camavinga or Babakura Samora. We weren't going to buy a midfielder of Thiago's mode. I was starting to believe the Cuisance hype. And then now he's leaving. He might be going to Leeds. There's Newcastle in there as well. Yeah, he might be going to these clubs. And we're just thinking to ourselves, how and why are we still allowing these things to happen without actually doing anything about it? And I love this cheek. Don't make me put a gun in my head. Look, it's really whack, isn't it? Because a manager just won the Champions League. He's constantly... Hansi Flick is setting the tone for what the fans are feeling right now. If I'm feeling a little bit disappointed that we're not signing players, Hansi Flick is making me feel that way because he's constantly talking about we need depth. He's constantly talking about how him and Hassan Brazo, I'm not calling his Pokemon name, but he's constantly talking about how they agree we need more players. But then I don't know where the problem is. Why aren't we signing more players? This was the longest transfer window, I believe, in the history of football. It has to be, right? Or just in maybe recent times. It has to be one of the longest because all other leagues were going. Look at Chelsea. I'm not saying Chelsea didn't. have money. We had 200 million in January to be spending. We were gonna buy Kai Havertz, Leroy Sané, Dayot Upamecano. We were gonna buy a lot of players. We were gonna go to Sergino Dest and pull him out of Ajax because he was probably gonna cost more money. We had a lot of money to spend. Then the virus hit, and I'm thinking to myself, Bayern spends so much time saving money. Where does this money go in a time like this? We should be ahead of the world. That's why in March and April, I was like, damn, we're going to do this. We're going to buy we're going to buy Kylian Mbappe. Come to Bayern, Mbappe. No, seriously. I thought we'd have more money than everyone else because I was thinking about the fact that we've been saving money. Every year we save money. I don't know where this money goes. I don't know. I mean, operation cost. No, but operation cost isn't really a set amount. So it could be lower and it could also be higher. I don't know. Where do we put this money that we save? Because this should be a perfect time for us to flex that financial muscle that we clearly have, but we just don't want to spend. And you have players tired. Kimmich, Lewandowski said it. He wants more players at Bayern. And this isn't good. This is definitely not good. We won the Champions League. We don't look like we won the Champions League. Players are tired. Who the hell makes Kimmich tired, man? That's crazy. Kimmich. Whew, that's going to make my head explode. Joshua Kimmich, one of the most energetic players in our squad. Breathing heavy, because we played a tough... Every game's going to be like that Sevilla game. Teams are going to work like their life depends on it. Because they'll feel a certain adrenaline rush, a dopamine rush, because they beat Bayern Munich, the best team in Europe. They're going to tell their friends, go on WhatsApp and Messenger and Instagram and tweet it. We beat Bayern. That's the thing. Teams are going to work against us. And that's where you need quality. You need a backup right back. You need another winger. You need another midfielder if Thiago's leaving. And he did leave, by the way. I thought Thiago would stay because it was dragging on. I thought he'd stay, but he didn't stay. That's where you need more. And Cuisance is now leaving. And they're probably going to sell him. Don't know, man. We need to figure it out. So it was our earliest defeat in 9 years in the Bundesliga. That's pretty crazy. And Hansi Flick said Kimmich and Müller were great. I'm not going to do any player individual stats because I thought apart from Kimmich and Müller, no one else played to a certain level. Everyone on that. And that's down to fatigue, but also down to their individual quality. I don't think Tolisso, we wanted to sell Tolisso. There was a point where Tolisso was closer to leaving Bayern than staying. He was going to Inter Milan. But then he scored a goal versus Chelsea, and everyone started commenting, George, Tolisso is so great. He's not Thiago's replacement. He's 26. We're selling Cuisance, but we're not willing to sell Tolisso. That's crazy. And Javi Martinez now could apparently stay. Why are we doing this? Now Javi Martinez is going to feel like he has to... Javi doesn't stay fit, man. No. Javi Martinez, according to sources, if Cuisance leaves and Thiago left, Javi Martinez will stay as a backup. Again, that's not what we need right now. We need to move on now. This season's gonna be crazy. We could No, I'm serious. If someone predicted Dortmund to win this year, this would be a perfect year because this year isn't really about your squad quality. It's not about your first 11. Now, this year is about your depth, and we have the smallest squad in the Bundesliga. How crazy is that? Oh, 4.5K. Thank you to everyone that got us there. Okay, we'll finish with about last night. We're done with that. Okay, we're done with about last night. Cuisance. So according to the transferometer right now, the news around him and everything that's fuming, the fumes are going off. Cuisance may be leaving Bayern, and it's hot. Hot means it's probably happening. So that's where we're at with Mikel Cuisance. I'm not sure how everyone feels about that. That's the biggest transfer disaster if we end up selling him. Someone did say, hey, George, Bayern signed Sané, and that was huge. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Thiago wanted to leave, and I get it, right? He's old. He needs to go somewhere else and have fun. Thiago left. Is he fit today? I would love to watch that Thiago game versus Arsenal because he's probably going to be the best Premier League player in a matter of 90 minutes. So Thiago, for me, left, and that's fine. That's fine. And then slowly you started losing out on signings, right? I remember this. Upamecano was extremely close to Bayern Munich, and we didn't sign him. And he signed a new contract, and next year we could go in for him, and that's cool. So there's that. But then Kai Havertz, you miss out on him. Hansi Flick wanted Kai Havertz here at Bayern. And now people understand why I kept saying, let's sign Kai Havertz. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to start games. Because now, guess what? Sane can't start the next game. He's tired as hell. Gnabry can't start the next. You saw how Gnabry was tired in that game. Someone was like, Gnabry was crap today. And I was like, he tried. You should know what it feels like. If any of you ever played football in real life, you know how tired you feel every time you play. Now, we played games. You play today and then 2 days later you're playing. I've done that in real life. It's hard. It's very hard. You have to get yourself psyched again while also trying to get another practice session in a matter of 2 days. Professional footballers, people just look at it and they say, oh, they just get on the pitch and play. It's hard to be a professional. I feel bad for Kimmich. I want to cry for the guy. Because look, you play against Sevilla 120 minutes. Your body doesn't feel it. It's hard. It doesn't feel it immediately after the game. You're celebrating. It's when you go home and you're in the team bus and you sit down and your muscles start tightening up. And then you go home, you have to have a recovery session individually, of course. The club probably prescribe what you need to do. And then the next day, I'm sure there is training, but no, you don't go to training. You go to this physio's room. You spend hours there where they just massage your muscles and try and get them loose. That probably helps. And then the next day, you have a big training session. And then the next day after that, you have a game. That's huge. Guy assisted and scored a hat-trick in his last two. Exactly. Serge Gnabry was tired. Everyone was tired. Everyone that played against Sevilla, which was about 5 or 6 of our players that played the full 120 minutes, were tired. And then there were a few players in there that were just crap. So, Cuisance there, apparently he fought with Lewandowski. I don't know what that's about. I don't think they did. It's just Bild reporting what Bild like to report. I don't know. Sergino Dest, that's code. He's going to Barcelona. Bayern Munich. Here's exactly what happened with Dest. I can imagine what happened with Sergino Dest's transfer. Leave a like on the video, by the way. So what happened was Bayern Munich wanted the player. They wanted to sign Sergino Dest. That's the first thing. Sergino Dest wanted Bayern. We've been looking at Dest for over a year. 9 months in January, that's when we started getting linked to him. We were favorites to sign him. We were favorites. He was coming to Bayern. He was going to build the American-Canadian fullback partnership with Davies in the future. I don't know. He was going to come in and do something cool. He was going to add depth to our right-hand side and a different type of quality to that side. We were favorites. And then guess what? We agreed personal terms with him weeks ago, which means, yes, he wanted to join us. All we had to do now was pay Ajax. We know Ajax are going to bend over for Barcelona. They're going to open their legs and let Bartomeu get in there. They're going to do it, bro. Ajax do it to Barcelona. They love Barca. They love sending them players. De Jong, they sent him De Jong without a second thought. And that's it. They wanted to send De Ligt over there too. They waited so long to send De Ligt to Barcelona. They love Barca, Ajax. What we had to do was say, oh, Barca, they can't get in the race. We know Sergino Dest was a Barca fan. We knew that he wouldn't mind joining Barcelona. It's not like Bayern was his dream club. Just because you win the Champions League doesn't mean you become this dreamy club for players. Some players like other clubs. Some players might like Dortmund. I don't know. Dest, we waited too long. We probably wanted to save money. Bayern's representatives and directors were in Amsterdam. And it's about money. All we had to do was pay the 25 million. Ajax would say yes, and Dest would be a Bayern player. But we decided to save some more money. And now we don't have Sergino Dest. And now we have to think about a backup right back. Everyone's saying, where's Aarons? Where is he? Okay, there's this guy now, Max Aarons. Apparently, Bayern are going to reinvigorate their interest in Max Aarons. I'll put it on hot because the stories are going. I don't think we'll sign Max Aarons. I don't think so. Here's the reason why. I've been thinking about it. We couldn't sign Sergino Dest, or / didn't want to sign Sergino Dest for 25 million. Max Aarons won't cost more than or less than 30 million. Norwich City want to get to the Premier League. They have a player on a 3-year contract or something ludicrous like that. They want to get there. He was one of their best players last year. They're going to want to keep him. And he's English, so the English Premier League tax. Max Aarons will be costing us more than Sergino Dest. That's why I don't think we'll sign him. And that's a transfer disaster, because it's very poor planning. Because first of all, you should have just signed Dest, paid the 25 million, and he would be a Bayern player, and you wouldn't have this tiredness issue. Kimmich wouldn't be having to sacrifice his ability to stay fit by going to right back. And if we're not careful, we'll have a long-term injury to one of our players because their muscles can only take so long. They're not damn robots. So Sergino Dest, we couldn't sign him. Max Aarons, I don't think we'll sign him, not because I want to sit here and be negative, but because I know business. Bayern Munich didn't want to pay 25 million for Dest. They're not, and Aarons was the alternative to Sergino Dest. And I think maybe we'll go back in. We have 7 days. We can't be back and forth, negotiating back and forth. There won't be a loan. Norwich don't want to loan him out. They'll charge 30 plus million, and that's it. That's how I feel. He will cost us maximum amount of money. I think so. They'll charge us money because they know, hey, champions of Europe, and that's it, man. And Bayern should look at Mazraoui. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he's pretty good. We need a right back. Youssef Attal. I don't know who it is. We need a plan. Because if we can't sign a backup right back, and then there's this guy, Dodo, from Shakhtar Donetsk. We're not linked to him, or the links have kind of died down. Put it on code. Dodo from Shakhtar Donetsk. Don't think we'll sign him for marketing reasons. No one wants to buy a shirt with Dodo on the back. I'm playing. Alaba. Alaba's another one. Another transfer disaster, or just a disaster. Don't know what's happening with his contract. He seems to think he's Neymar and he's Mbappe and he's 21 and he's balling. He's not. He thinks he's Blackenbauer, Franz Beckenbauer, the second coming of Franz Beckenbauer. Nah, he's not. He needs to realize his place, and that's that he's a good leader at the back, and he became, for me, one of our best center back. People are forgetting the good things he did and how important he was. But then guess what? When you start making a few mistakes and you do it consistently, everyone forgets. He had a very, very average Champions League campaign. Conceded an own goal, had a few errors against PSG and Barcelona, and he needs to learn to just chill. I think the contract thing got to his head, right? It definitely did, because Alaba was amazing in the normal season. And then after lockdown, I don't think the contract thing might have gotten to his head. His performances have been affected. And now all of a sudden, everyone's making it out like Alaba's like the worst player we've ever had at our club, like he's some Phil Jones. No, this guy was our best center back last season. If you look at his performances against Dortmund and all these, he was great, excellent. But guess what? He slowed down because of his own greed. He needs to sign a contract, 11 million, whatever they're giving. Just sign the thing. I'm all about getting your money, right? Football is a weird sport. Today you could be great, and tomorrow you're crap, and they sell you. Just take the money. I'm all for it. Just get as much money as you possibly can. But not the type of money you're talking about. Get the money they're just getting. Alaba needs to realize he's not going anywhere. Well, not that he can't, but what would he gain from leaving Bayern right now? He wouldn't gain much. So he needs to just sign a new contract. Thoughts on Tony Rudiger we're selling? Don't make me want to punch myself in the face. Tony Rudiger. My goodness. So Alaba, just figure out what you want to do. If you don't want to be at Bayern, leave. And Mario Gotze, we'll put him up. No, we don't want Gotze at Bayern. I'm telling you, this guy can't last in our system. He's not going to play. He will play, but he's not going to be good. Everyone's still sentimental. He won Germany the World Cup, so I'm sure Bayern fans in Germany, not all, but I'm sure there's some that would like him back. And because he's free, he's free for a reason. Dortmund don't want him. So why would we want him? Hansi Flick is not a miracle healer of bodies. Gotze has a problem, and he has a few problems with his health and injury issues, and that's unfortunate for him. He's a millionaire, and I hope him all the best in fixing these problems. Leave the guy alone. He doesn't need to be in the Bundesliga for champions of Europe, playing every other 3 days. He doesn't need to do that. So we should get... why would he go to America? Yeah, Gotze should go to the MLS. I'm sorry. Look, Mario Gotze is someone I like. Not that I hate. Okay, not that I just... People think I hate him. No. I just... He wouldn't... If he joined Bayern, I would think that's a huge L. I mean... well, Hansi Flick, first of all, said he's not an option. So, I mean, he's not an option for us. So, he's not joining Bayern Gotze. And that's weird. Javi Martinez, that's the next one, right? The next disaster there. Code. Javi he looks like he's not leaving. Apparently, if Cuisance is gone and Thiago obviously left, Javi's staying. Great. Javi Martinez is staying. Like, come on, this club is so weird. I mean, it's maybe not the club in this case, but it's probably Athletic Bilbao. I don't know. Apparently, they wanted to pay 10 million and pay his wages, and I don't know. Javi needs to go. It's not even like I hate Javi. I love Javi Martinez. He's just he's such an influence, right? Did a lot of things, sacrificed himself for this club, but it's time to go. We're not a charity. That's why I'm so against us if we sign Mario Gotze. That's such a charity signing. We're not a reviver of careers. And Javi Martinez, his career's over at the top level. He needs to go for his own good, to just relax and retire at his homeboy club. Just if we have to terminate his contract and let Bilbao just have him for free, I would, because that's we owe him. I don't know. We're not a charity though, so I guess we'd need to sell him. I don't know. Yeah, he could go to the MLS. Javi Martinez. How old is Javi? Javi's 32 years old. So that's the transfer disaster. We have tired players. We're gonna have 3 games a week. We're the team to beat in Europe. If you beat Bayern, you win the Champions League. That's been the case for years. But this time, it actually genuinely means if you beat us, you win the Champions League. You win the Bundesliga. We're playing Dortmund in 2 days. I can't wait for the preview and all the things that are going to come with that. You should probably wait on it. It's going to be sick. We have a lot of sick content coming out. Combined 11s with other people. Oh, it's going to be fun. You're going to love the Dortmund content. But we need to just... sometimes love stories have to end. Javi needs to go. Not because... He's gonna get injured, and then he's out. He's never fit though. That's the thing. And there was a time where him and Alaba were our starting partnership at the center back position. That last season, by the way. And he got injured. Boateng came back from his injuries, and then we did. Javi Martinez, thank you so much for everything you've done for the club. But it's time to go. Tolisso, nah, we don't need to talk about Tolisso. He's staying. There's no way he leaves. Oh yeah, I'm sure all of you are gonna love this. Mohamed Ihadarin. Everyone loves this guy. I don't know why, but you do. Apparently, he has a dispute with his club now. I don't know. There's a transfer crisis at Bayern Munich, and that's pretty much the show for today. I'm gonna move on to more positive things though, because I don't feel like we need to be negative. That game was good. I know it sounds weird. It was good to lose, because I forgot the feeling literally. But I think for us Bayern fans, that game we can't win every game, and that was important for us in that Hoffenheim game. We can't win every game, and I get that. I don't want us to win every game, because that would be so weird if we pulled up to every stadium and I felt like we were just gonna win. Even we can't. So I'm glad we lost that game, because I hope it's a wake-up call, because you have a small squad, the smallest squad in the Bundesliga. I'll keep repeating it. That means, there's about 20 plus teams in all of Europe that have a better net spend than us. And we won the Champions League, Bundesliga, we won the we won everything this year. And we have one of the worst net spends right now. There's Saudi Arabian teams with better net spends than us. And the weirdest thing about this, if you look at our expenses and the players we brought Sane in for like 40 million. We got Tanguy Kouassi for free. We got Alexander Nubel for free. You have, that's it. Those are our 3 signings, right? And then the fines coming out from loan, right? And then you promoted a few young players. But then who did we sell? Thiago for 30 million, right? So you sold Thiago. I think we let our loanees go. So we lost, that wage is gone, right? And the money we're going to pay for them. And look at Perisic, man. Free my man Ivan Perisic. There was a time where I was like, we shouldn't keep Perisic. He isn't that good. And then there was a time where I was like, keep Perisic. He's amazing, and he adds something different. Now I feel bad, because how could I have doubted Ivan Perisic? Bring Perisic home, because the guy. Now I understand why I like Perisic at some point, and why first of all, the reason why I didn't want us to keep him, because I was like, okay, we have so many young players, and then at the time he wasn't playing. He was crap. He wasn't playing well. And then I was like, we had so many young players who could probably do a better job than him. Just keep those young players and sell Perisic, and you don't have to pay money. And then Perisic in the Champions League campaign upped his level. He was amazing. I was like, yeah, keep Perisic. And everyone used to complain about Coutinho being here. First of all, I hate Coutinho. He told Thiago to leave, convinced him to join Liverpool. Thiago would have probably stayed. I remember Thiago saying at one point that he would have liked Coutinho to stay at Bayern. And then both left. So that's interesting. So Coutinho, though, we always complain, 20 million, we paid so much. I'd do anything to have Coutinho back. Because now that I think about it, Coutinho added a lot of depth to us. He had a lot of qualities that not a single attacker we have actually has right now. That ability to just shoot from anywhere and score. And that flair. We lost a lot of flair. We lost Thiago, who's probably one of the most flair-filled midfielders in the world. We lost a lot of flair. And Cuisance, that's another flair player gone. And flair is so important in football because teams are moving to an era of pressing high. You need players that turn and that just do crazy things, are creative. So we need flair. Ric Flair, man. Never gonna give you. Is that the guy that made that song? I don't know. Lose for good reason. Yeah, I thought the loss was important for us. It taught us something. James is better than Coutinho. Thank you, callback for James. Well, I don't know which James you're talking about because James joined us while Carlo Ancelotti brought James here. Ancelotti loves James. I brought James. James doesn't need to adapt to Premier League or else I'll buy Usain Bolt. I love Carlo, man. That's why I'm an Everton fan now. I love Carlo. He didn't succeed at Bayern per se, but that's why I watch Napoli because I just like good managers like Ancelotti. Well, yeah, I would bring Coutinho. Hey, Barca, that's it. Bring a Barca kid here, and we need to bring our average yearly loan, free sample FC. We need to bring a La Liga player. Let me guess, we'll probably sign Danny Parejo, someone like that, someone that's 35 years old and still kind of decent. Well, you know what? Sometimes your club can make you want to cry. And that Kimmich clip made me just watching that game. That Kimmich moment. It made me feel a little bit weird because that's Kimmich, man. You don't make Kimmich tired. And Flick is saying you need players to rest other players. Look, we're gonna have. All right. Imagine the same time, right? But in March and April and May, and all of a sudden you're in a Champions League semi-final, and you're playing a Bundesliga game every 3 days, and you have the smallest squad in the Bundesliga and one of the smallest squads in the Champions League. Imagine that time, and you'll have 3 substitutions. That's why Bayern didn't want to do 3 subs. First of all, for performance bonuses, we are so cheap, man. We didn't want to add 3 substitutions or 5 substitutions because we wanted to save money on player-related performance bonuses because we'd have to play them. Is that how we're moving? We have 5 subs in the Bundesliga, and we actually, I made that video about Sergino Dest and missing out on him while I was at the supermarket. I love that supermarket. I go there every time and make Bayern videos. Every single day I make Bayern videos. When we beat Barca, I walked around it telling random people that, seriously, it needs to stop. We need to start respecting ourselves a little bit more and respecting our manager. I mean, before it was always, do we have the right manager to manage these players? Well, we just had a Champions League winning manager right now. Hansi Big Tico Flick. Okay, we need to back that guy. Imagine how we feel, but how Hansi Flick feels. He feels like he has to play this guy over. That's why I want to sign a Thiago replacement, and everyone did, because I love people that say trust the youth players, but you can't do this to Jamal Musiala. Because now that I think about it, no, he is not ready. And he's not close to ready. You can't do that to these young players. That's so much pressure. Imagine you're developing and you're still getting better. And all of a sudden you're starting every other week. And every other... That's so many... No, that's crazy, man. there won't be like a crazy. That's why I think this individual season for players like Lewandowski and Muller, it won't be that crazy good. This season will be different because you're playing every 3 days. You're gonna get tired at times, and that means you won't be producing as many goals. Yeah, and Musiala's 17. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, the kid's 17, so we can't risk him. We can't risk his development because we don't have a backup attacking midfielder or a backup winger. We can't be risking these kids. And that's a huge mistake you don't want to make. I get it, they need playtime. And that's great that we have a manager that understands that. Hansi Flick is giving them 15 minutes, 19 minutes. Now I'm starting to understand why that's so important. Because they learn off those 15 minutes. You can see how they're developing. Zirkzee's getting better. But you can't... there's Hoffenheim fans spamming 4-1 in the comments. You'd hate to see it the day Bayern lost to Hoffenheim. Well, leave a like on the video. Let's get to 100 likes. Today's great, though. I would say this. I woke up amazingly well. My school schedule changed significantly, so I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Wow. Okay. Hope you buy some world-class players. No, it's not even about world-class players. Hoffenheim have fans. Yep, all 3 of them. It's not about world-class players right now. I think it's about players that... First, I want potential players. I'm all for it, right? I'm all for potential players. But if your manager wants something, you get him that player. I think that's the most important thing. We need a press-resistant midfielder. People always said, George, Thiago isn't press-resistant. He loses the ball this time. He gets dispossessed more time. You see the difference in how... Go watch. People, sometimes you got to watch football to understand what that means. Press-resistant means you'll turn on pressure and resist it. It doesn't mean you won't lose the ball. That's what press-resistant means. You'll turn on pressure. You do one little sweet turn. Ricky Puig would have been amazing if he came, but he wants to rot Barcelona instead of joining a real man club like Bayern. You need Thiago was that. Now you understand what I meant when I said Tolisso ain't Thiago. You need a player with the same skill set. Everyone said it. All of us said the same thing. Not just me. All of us said it in the comments as well. You need a press-resistant midfielder. You need a midfielder that has different ideas because teams are moving to a more pressing style now. Kimmich was left isolated. Kimmich was our only midfielder because all Tolisso does is run around, cut grass, lawnmower, the French lawnmower. This guy ain't that good, man. I'm sorry. I always said it, man. Bayern always buy their managers the cheaper option. Do you really think Carlo Ancelotti was begging our board to sign Tolisso? No, he probably said sign an established midfielder, probably like a Paul Pogba, and our board decided to sign Tolisso. I don't know. I want me this Tolisso agenda. It's not an agenda, man. He's just not that good because he wore a Bayern shirt when he was a little child. So now sitting on the beach in France or something, and now all of a sudden we have to keep him. We're not a charity. Yeah, someone like Kamavinga. Look, watch these footballers, man. Sometimes we just have to watch. Some people just weird me out. They're like, but George, Tolisso does this. He does that. He got 3 assists, or he got Champions League assists. Some things that count for assists these days. 5-yard passes are now assists. Like you could pass to someone, they get past 4 players, score, top bins, curl it in, and that's an assist. These days, anything's an assist. And that's why you see players like Tolisso get away. It ain't all that, man. Kimmich's assist, that's what I call an assist. Great pass. Andrea Pirlo assist, that's an assist. Like a pass that does stuff. Goretzka versus Barcelona, that's an assist. These days, 2-yard passes to the guy that gets through 3 players and scores isn't an assist. All right, yeah, but I think I'm annoyed today. Lamptey, don't ever tell me about Lamptey. We can't actually sign him. It's impossible. They just signed him this January, or was it this summer? Maybe I don't know. But they signed him, Lamptey, Tariq Lamptey at Brighton. He's a good player, very good player. But they just signed him, so I don't think he'll be. Yeah. Well, here's a stat. I mean, this is why I thought Cuisance could fill that Thiago shoe. Only Thiago averaged as many dribbles per 90 as Cuisance of all Bayern players in the Bundesliga last season. So only Thiago, both 3.6 dribbles per game. This is what I mean. You need a different type of midfielder. You know, Kimmich and Goretzka are amazing because of the fact that they move the ball so quickly. But there are games where they won't be that amazing because you might have a different type. I don't know. So Lewandowski and Cuisance didn't actually fight. Oh, Bilder's so dusted after this. Lewandowski's laughing at the fact that Bild said they fought, and Cuisance is laughing at the fact that they said they fought. I'm happy that's the case. I'm happy that's the case. But yeah, it's the end of the show. I admit, you know, I'm a little bit irritated. Sometimes that's normal. You know, when you care about Bayern this much, you get irritated by the fact that, you know, you see clubs like Leeds trying to buy our players, but we're not buying anyone, and we're losing players, and Cuisance is apparently going. Hopefully he stays. We can't lose another player like that. He's a flair player. We need to keep him. In fact, if anything, we need another midfielder. Now that I think about it, we need another midfielder. Hansi Flick wants one. He wants a backup right back, and he wants a winger. He wants a forward. Go to Salzburg. Everyone always says, George, where are the options? The options are always there. You know, not Ryan Cherky, Chesa. Go for that kid. Frank Ribéry is there. You know, a young prospect, 17 years old. 37, shut up, George. 17 years old. Frank Ribéry, go for him. He plays at this club called Fiorentina. Frank Ribéry's 17. Go for him. He's a prospect. We need you, Frank. Come back home. Bienvenue. Come on, Frank. Ribéry. Leave a like on the video. Let's get to 100 likes. But thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Mia san mia, and peace.